is now looking for a second date update with Anna. Hi, Joey.
Hey, what's up, guys? Here we go again.
Here we go again. Have you been on second date update before?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys actually remember me, but I called about 5 years ago when you called a girl for me. And we actually went out again, and then we dated for a few months. But, we then decided, mutually we just weren't a right fit, so we called it.
Oh, okay.
But it was an amicable split. When you did split, it wasn't ugly or anything like that?
No, we actually talk every once in a while still. But, you guys really helped me out, so I was hoping you guys could find me some answers again.
We got a good track record with you.
Yes, 100%.
All right. So tell us how you met Anna.
Well, I met her on Match, and went to Outback, and I thought everything went great, I was charming because, I just am. And
I can tell.
Yeah. I thought we had great conversation, and she smiled and laughed a lot. I felt really good about it, and we stayed there for a couple hours, walked her to her car, gave her a hug goodbye, the whole thing. She hugged me back, and there was no indication that she was repulsed by me at all. So that made me feel really good. And
that's always nice.
Yeah, she even said that she'd like to do it again, and it was really nice. So, I called her back the next day, and there was just nothing. And then I called her a couple days after that, and there was nothing. And she just never got back to me.
Okay. Did she volunteer that she'd like to do this again, or did you ask her, say, hey, I'd love to do this again, and she was like, uh-huh? Or was it more proactive than that?
I told her I'd like to do it again, and she said, yeah, that'd be really nice. It sounds like a lot of fun. So I, thought calling her the next day was all right. But, I'm just curious why she hasn't gotten back to me. It seemed like everything went really well. I felt really good about the date.
Yeah, well, and you hung out for a couple hours, so I suppose if it was horrible, she would have bailed sooner or made something up, right?
It was great conversation. We got that blooming onion, it was awesome.
Oh, God, I love the blooming onion.
Who doesn't?
Oh, and you know what else I like? I like the bacon cheddar, the fries, but you got to get them to layer the cheese, because if they don't layer the cheese, then when you get to the fries on the bottom, there ain't no cheese.
So you go all Meg Ryan on them when you're ordering it and say, now, I don't want you to just dump the cheese. I need you to layer the cheese.
It's got to have cheese. It has been years since I've been there. Oh, those sound so good.
Still, no rules, just right.
That's right.
All right. Well, can you think of anything else, Joey, that we need to know before we call her?
I have no idea. This is why I'm still stuck on it, because I had such a great time with her, and there's just no memory of even a slight trip on the date.
Right.
I thought
you
it was
were perfection. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was perfect.
Do you remember why you didn't get a second date last time? I mean, I know we cleared that up for you, but do you remember what the original reason was?
She said she was just thrown off by my outgoingness. She was a very introverted person, which ended up being the reason that we did not continue, because I'm very extroverted and I like to, go out, and I always say what's on my mind, and
too much personality.
Yeah, she just was not like that at all. And eventually it clashed, and it was making her feel uncomfortable, made me feel uncomfortable. So that's why we ended up deciding to split.
Right.
It is that whole do opposites really, at what point are you too opposite to attract?
Right.
A little bit of it is good because you need that to grow and just to keep things interesting, but there can be too much.
Now, is there any chance that Anna might feel the same way?
Oh.
I mean, she was laughing and smiling the whole time. I don't think I was too much for her.
She didn't seem too introverted to you?
No. Okay. Anna seemed right on my level. It was great.
All right. Well, why don't we do this? We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll call Anna and see what she thought of Joey and her Outback date with him. Coming up next. All right. right, so Joey met Anna on Match, and they had a great dinner at Outback Steakhouse. They hung out for a couple of hours, and the conversation just flowed. They really seemed to hit it off. They both came separately, so at the end of the date, he walked her to her car. And they had a great hug. It seemed like it was one of the, not an awkward hug. It was an enthusiastic hug, right, Joey? Like she was reciprocating.
Yeah. I had no sign that she was repulsed by me at all.
That's a good sign.
You know, it is. If she's not repulsed by you, you got a solid chance at a second date.
That's what I'm looking for in my partner.
That's the goal. On the first date, just don't do anything to repulse her.
Yeah, and she seemed like she was totally up for getting together again when you ran it by her and you said, "I'd love to do this again."
100%.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So let's see why Anna's not returning Joey's calls, because he's called a couple times and there's been no response from her. We'd love to get him a second date, if not an explanation, but ultimately a second date. Maybe we can graduate them from Outback to like a Jeff Ruby Steakhouse or something.
Ooh, there we go.
Go high class.
Go high end here.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Anna. It's Jeff and Jen at Q102. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. We're both here. We have you on speakerphone.
Okay.
Hi.
I do listen to you guys. What's up?
What? Don't sound so suspicious. Maybe we're just calling to say hi.
Oh my gosh.
But actually, there is an ulterior
Yeah.
motive, if I'm being honest.
Okay. This can't be good. I just have a feeling.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily bad, because he sounds like a nice guy. We spoke with Joey, who you went to Outback with.
I had a feeling. I mean, I listen to your show a lot, so.
So you've heard how these can sometimes go really wrong.
I mean, yeah, I have, but I'm just surprised. I was not expecting this whatsoever. I mean, I didn't figure him to be the kind of guy who would call in for this,
That's really funny, because he's actually called in twice. We did another second date update with him. When was that, Joey?
It was about 5 years ago.
Yeah, and he got a second date. And they even dated for a while, which they ultimately broke up because they were just too different. But is there any particular reason why you're blowing off, Joey? Is it because he was too much of an extrovert and you're more of an introvert?
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, I'm just really kind of shocked that he's willing to open himself up to this embarrassment. But I guess he knew what he was getting into when he called. Everything was going all right in the beginning. And then he wanted to get a bottle of wine. And I told him that I wasn't drinking. And the reason why I wasn't drinking was because I gave up alcohol for Lent.
Okay.
So he then kind of mocked me and offered me $500 to go ahead and just have one glass of wine. Oh, but here, I'll offer you $1,000 if we split the bottle.
What?
And I thought he was for sure kidding and was trying to just sort of make a joke or something. But then he literally opened up his wallet and showed me this stack of hundreds and said that he would pay the cash on the spot.
So did you take the money?
Yeah, Jen totally would have taken that. And she doesn't even drink.
I just think that's so messed up. For multiple reasons. I don't know. I just think it was, first of all, it was so strange and bizarre. And honestly, what are you trying to get me drunk? Is that and you're literally being that forward about it. But I don't know. What bothered me the most is that I want a partner who's going to support me, right? Not try to sabotage me. Okay. I've had to quit quite a few things over the last few years. I'm trying to get healthy. I've quit smoking. I've tried to stay away from carbs. I've had different diets here and there, a few other things. And I don't have an issue with alcohol, but I'm trying to be good. I gave it up for a reason.
You gave it up for Jesus.
Yeah, and he just immediately made me think of my ex who continued to smoke after I was trying to quit and would constantly try to get me to start back up again. And I just, Someone who does that doesn't care about you. They don't want what's best for you, and they don't respect you. So the whole thing was just a total turn off.
Yeah.
And really honestly bizarre.
And flashing all the hundies, too, is a little bit like...
Very bizarre.
Yeah.
I've never experienced... Like, why was he trying to get me to drink so badly? Like, it was so weird. Like, just respect it.
Nobody really sticks to that, like, month-long, I don't know, 40-day, however long it is. I mean, I'm not religious, but I don't know anybody who sticks to their, like, Lent promise. It's like a New Year's resolution.
Yeah, most
Yeah,
people...
a lot of people start off that way. He's right. Most people do kind of fall off.
Or they switch. Like, it's been a couple of weeks, and they decided they had to have that chocolate bar. And so it's, okay, I'm not giving up chocolate anymore. Now I'm going to give up swearing.
Or I said I gave up wine, not scotch.
Right.
Calm down.
Yeah, and the whole money thing, like, it was a joke. You know, I was trying to go a little overboard because I wanted you to have a good time. Maybe I would have given you the money if you would have taken a drink. But, like, still, I was just like, you know, I just wanted you to relax and enjoy the evening.
I didn't need alcohol to relax and enjoy the evening, and I really don't think that I'm overreacting. I've already explained it to you, so if you don't get it now that I've explained it, then you're just not going to get it. I don't know what else to say. Like, I can't believe that you think that this is something that I shouldn't have been upset about. I thought that it was the most rude, inappropriate. You're making assumptions of me, right?
Yeah.
Before even knowing me. I'm not one of those people that just breaks their Lent. Like, I keep a promise to myself. As I've said, I've quit a lot of different things in my life, and I've stuck to it. So I am trying to do this for the entire period of Lent, and that shouldn't even matter. I said I didn't want to drink, period.
All right. Look, I get it. All right.
I do find myself, like, if Kristen says, I'm doing a dry January, may not be my choice, but I don't want to sabotage her.
Right.
And I've even found myself unconsciously not even realizing it.
Offering her a drink?
No. I was going to say the opposite. Like, I'm not even drinking, and she's like, don't let me stop you from enjoying a cocktail.
But I mean, I think what she experienced here is a pretty common thing, because I've been the only non-drinker in the room before, and everybody's like, sure you don't want to drink here? Are you sure you don't want to drink? I'll have a drink. Come on. Kick back.
You're always going to have people like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to lie. When she comes home and pours herself a cocktail, I think I'll join you.
Pretty giddy.
It is funny how we kind of influence each other that way.
Yeah.
Joey, we appreciate you putting yourself out there for coming on Second Date Update. If you had to do it all over again, would you put pressure on her to drink when she said she didn't want to drink? Could you enjoy the date without her drinking?
I mean, honestly, I could. I don't think I'm looking for somebody that religious, I guess. Like, I don't know. It just seems a bit, I don't know. It's just not for me.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing that it came out on the first date, because, yeah, that's just not my style.
Yeah.
Well, Anna, we appreciate you agreeing to come on Second Date Update and giving Joey your explanation. And best of luck to you.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're doing great.
Yeah,